both men and women should be modest. It applies to every gender. Not because I was trying to be rebellious, I just didn't know that we had to take off our earrings for whatever reason that was. One of the women around was like, "Why are you wearing that earring? Take it off. Didn't you hear that you're not supposed to wear earrings?" And I'm like, Azal. Welcome to the Glory Inspires podcast, where God inspires God's glory to inspire you. Hi guys, welcome back to the Glory Inspires podcast. I'm Gigi, your host, and I'm super excited as always to be back here. Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Inspires podcast. It's season 3, episode 6, and it's been an amazing ride so far. You've loved it, right? I have loved it even more, and I'm super grateful for all the support that you all give. Inspire Tribers, you're really the best, really. It pours me to want to do more, to keep going every single time. And I'm just really grateful. Good news, we've got a new gear. Yes, there's a new mic. If you noticed in the previous videos and previous episodes, we've had a sound issue, and that's because my mic stopped working. It's actually tried. It worked for I think 3 years, and it's been doing a great job, but now it has retired, and we had to replace it with this really, really good mic, right? So yes, we'll be having great sound going forward, and I'm super excited for it. If you're new here, welcome to the Inspired Tribe. We're super glad that you found us. We love it for you because here you'll be inspired. Do well to subscribe on the Glory Inspires podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, ensure that you hit the notification bell so that YouTube can tell you, hey, there's a new episode on Glory Inspires podcast. Go check it out, okay? Great. Now let's get right into the conversation. Today we'll be talking about modesty, dressing modestly, because there's so many conversations about modesty, what to wear, what not to wear, but nobody's talking about what actually challenges you. And today we're going there. This episode is for you if you've ever felt judged or stressed out by the conversations about modesty. Sound like you or someone you know? Now pause this video, share the episode with them, and on your way, make sure you grab a snack, your AirPods, and all that you need because we're diving right into the episode. So, like I said, there are numerous conversations around dressing and modesty, and actually, if we're being truthful, there are more rules. There are more about rules, like people telling you, don't wear makeup, don't wear jewelry. Someone somewhere watching right now is seeing my big hoop earring, and they're like, oh, it's too bold, it's not modest, you should have gone for something like a stud or something like that, that's more modest. Well, that's what we're talking about, right? People telling you to keep your hair short or low. There are just so many conversations about what to do and what not to do, telling guys not to wear necklaces and neck pieces. Some people even go as far as calling you names like Karishika, you look like a witch just because you have makeup on. Why are you wearing trousers as a lady? Maybe let's start from my own story. I grew up in a church denomination that laid an emphasis on how people should dress. So there were certain clothing that were off limits for me. Things like trousers, things like, well, maybe not in my home, but in the church, they tell you not to wear jewelry, although I still wear jewelry, right? Things like that, like just don't do this, don't wear this, don't do this, don't keep your hair low, and all of that. And that was because of an understanding and a guide they were trying to give to the church members, I believe now, but back then I had no idea. It just seemed like a lot of rules to follow, and because of the fact that there was no understanding, it led to quiet rebellion. So even though I did those things, I did them just because I was told to do them. There was even this funny scenario where I was in the choir when I was younger, and there was this funny scenario where the founder of the ministry came, and I was supposed to be ministering with the choir, right? I didn't even know there were rules like, oh, picture all your hair is tucked into your scarf, don't wear jewelry. I wore a hoop earring, something a bit lighter than the one I'm wearing right now, so it wasn't even very conspicuous. Not because I was trying to be rebellious, I just didn't know that we had to take off our earrings for whatever reason that was. And the minister was climbing up. I think it was already on the altar about to minister when one of the women around was like, why are you wearing that earring? Take it off. Didn't you hear that you're not supposed to wear earrings? And I'm like, Azal, like take off my earring just because you don't believe we should be wearing here. Like I don't get it. Like I really didn't understand it. And that just gives you a picture of the kinds of struggles and back and forth that I had with wear this, don't wear this. I really don't have an issue with a church denomination or an organization having rules on how to dress and all of that. But many times these things are not addressed properly and it leads to rebellion. It leads to people wanting to rebel against the system. And this is what we're talking about today. So if you are like me before, who didn't understand what modesty really was about and just went about doing the rules or maybe even rebelled, then you should stay close because this episode you're so going to relate to it and it's going to help you going forward. First things first, let's clear these up. Modesty is not a rule book. It is not a dress code. Modesty is actually more about a heart posture than it is about clothing. It is a matter of inward values being expressed in your outward appearance. Because it is actually possible for you to dress dull but have a dirty heart. Just because you don't dress a certain kind of way doesn't mean you have the purest heart ever. This is why the emphasis is being laid on the wrong thing. It is more about your inward values. It's more about your heart posture. It's more about your intentions than it is about clothing. You know how when we were younger, we had no idea about so many things. So if you were like me, I was a curious child. I think every child is curious. You probably saw fire for the first time and you thought, oh, what a beautiful phenomenon. And you wanted to touch it. And then your mom goes, leave there, Kunle, don't touch that fire. And because of probably the shock you get when she shouted at you, you grew up like maybe for like the first 5 to 10 years of your life, you didn't know why. You just stayed away from fire, not because you really understood the damage it could do, even though it was beautiful, but just because your mom told you not to. But growing up, you see that, oh, fire actually has a detrimental part of it where it can burn, it can destroy, and all of that. This is what happens many times with modesty. We're given so many rules, so many don't do this, don't do this, do this, do this. Well, there is no proper understanding of why we shouldn't be doing it or why we should be doing it. This is what happens. But as you grow older, you should understand why you do what you do. You should have convictions about why you do what you do because these things help you. We live in a world that has so many opinions. Everyone's trying to push something to you every day. And if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So beyond the rules about dressing, it's about your heart posture. You need to be convinced about why you're doing the things that you do. So like I said, modesty is not a rule book. It is more about your heart posture than it is about clothing. And no, this is not a license to dress indecently. Before you dress, make sure that you examine your heart and your intentions before going out with those clothes. Number 2, modesty is not just a women's thing. Men need to cover up too. Yes, I said that. We're not interested in the abs you've been working out for years. We're not interested in your tight trousers and your physique and all of that. Please cover your chest. Please wear a shirt that is not too tight. It applies to both males and females. Women are not the only people that need to cover up their bodies because you hear things like, oh, you triggered me to sin. When a woman is raped or there's a situation where a girl is raped, people point to the fact that how was she dressed, and all these mindsets about a woman should cover up, and the guy should go around walking shirtless. Really? No, that's not the point. Both men and women should be modest. It applies to every gender. Number 3, your convictions stay as yours. Please don't use them as a must do for others. If you don't like to wear earrings or jewelry, good for you. If you like to wear trousers and you don't like skirts, amazing. If you prefer your hair to be on low cut than being full, that's great. As long as you're convinced, go ahead with it. But don't use it as a yardstick to judge other people and to determine what modesty is and what modesty is not. Thinking about it, what actually looks modest on someone can be provocative on another person just because of their body type. So if you're convinced about that thing, great. Don't use it as a yardstick for others, please. Lastly, your outfit actually says something. It communicates a message. Growing up, we're told so many times that we should dress the way we want to be addressed. And it's so true. If I saw a basketballer, I would know they were a basketballer because of how they're dressed. If I saw a king or a princess, I would know, oh, that's royalty, because you can tell from the color purple, the color red, all those beautiful royal colors. That's how it is. So when you wear a clothes or a particular outfit, it communicates a message to the next person, whether you know it or not. You can actually invite someone to look at you just by what you're wearing. You can communicate your values as well just by the clothes you wear. So you have to be intentional about what you wear. So I know there are many more opinions about modesty that need to be debunked, and I would really love to hear from you. What other opinions have you heard that you would like us to discuss? Drop them in the comments and let's get the conversation going. Now, let's get into guidelines that you can follow to help you dress modestly. Number one, get a grasp of your identity first. It always starts at knowing who you are. Like I said, modesty is more about the inside reflecting on the outside. Every single time you see someone dressing indecently or shabbily, it's because there is a dissonance from who they are by design. It's because they don't know who they are. It's because they have a poor sense of self-worth. That is why someone can confidently wear clothes that are revealing sensitive parts of their body and not feel off. It's sad, but it's true. Many people don't know their worth, and so they dress that way. But when you discover who you really are, trust me, you dress the parts. Number two, honestly ask yourself these when picking out clothes. Does this reflect my identity? Does these clothes reveal sensitive parts of my body? Does it draw unnecessary attention to me? Am I comfortable in it? And by comfortable, I don't mean my body, my truth. I mean, for example, if you're wearing a dress, you're not struggling to drag your clothes down every 2 seconds. That's what I mean when I'm talking about comfortable. So am I comfortable in these clothes I'm wearing? Does it express who I truly am on the inside? These are questions to ask yourself before picking out clothes and actually before buying them even. And I know that there's a mindset, especially among ladies, that says I'll be sexualized anyway, so why bother about it? But it's not enough reason to dress anyhow. It's really not enough reason to expose your body. Think about it. Kings dress well. They dress really well. Royalty does not show their body anyhow. They don't say, oh, I'm just going to dress anyhow. After all, I know who I am. No, they dress the parts because they know they are royalty. Take, for example, Olori Atuache. I love that woman so much. She's so gorgeous. She's so royal. She's so, if there's a word like queenly, yes, she's queenly as well. She doesn't dress shabbily. She doesn't reveal sensitive parts of her body. She wears colors that fit her skin tone. And she just looks so beautiful and royal in all the clothes she wears. That is an example of someone that knows who she is and dresses the part. So because they will objectify you, it's not enough reason for you not to dress well. That's their business. It's their concern. It's outside your control. But what's within your control is dressing in a way that is modest. So dress modestly anyways. Number three, change your style inspo. Actually, what you behold is what you will reflect. So if you keep looking at people that dress provocatively and people that dress a certain kind of way, then you desire to look that kind of way. Instead of that, you will need to change what you see. You need to change what you look at and the people that inspire you. Follow people that have good values and dress the way they want to be addressed. And you'll notice that there'll be a change in your appetite for clothing. Lastly, I'll say be wise in choosing. It all starts when you're buying clothes. So when you're picking out a cloth that you want to add to your wardrobe, it starts from there. Ask yourself the questions that I talked about. Does it reveal your values? Will it be revealing? Does it show who you are? Does it invite people to feast on your body? It all starts when you're buying clothes. I won't give rules, but again, you know when a cloth you're about to wear or you're about to pick is not what you should be wearing. You know it will be revealing. You know it doesn't reveal your true identity. So be wise in all that you do. Now, this is a good place to add that dressing modestly actually gives you the freedom that you think indecent dressing will give, because it boosts your confidence and makes you feel more powerful. Because think about it, you choose how people see you, you choose what they can access, and you choose how they perceive you. That's real power, if you ask me. And before you go on saying, oh, I'll just change this and change that, pick up this clothes and drop this clothes. Please don't follow rules again, really. Like I said, it starts inwardly. So if you're not truly convinced about the things that you want to start doing or the things you want to drop, it will only be a matter of time before you come back to them because you never solidly believed them. So let the work in your heart trigger action and reflect in your outward appearance, okay? Great. I really hope you've been inspired. It's been an enjoyable episode for me so far, and I'm sure it has been enjoyable for you too. Now, let's talk. Do you want me to share some outfit inspos with you? I mean, clothes you can wear for different occasions. If you do, you know what to do. Just leave a comment below and would say, aye, Captain. And I really love to hear from you. So please don't hold back. If you want me to share, let me know. Also, if you have opinions, you want to share your thoughts, you have questions, do well to leave them below. Or you can share on our socials at glory_inspires on IG, TikTok, and Facebook. We don't hoard things here. We don't. If you're new here, we actually don't hoard things in the Inspire Tribe. So do well to share this episode with a friend, especially because this is a way that you show love. Yes, it's a way that you show love to the brand. It's a way you show love to me and the team for putting this together every single month. So please do well to share this episode with someone. Before I go, I've realized that some of you are actually watching, but you're not subscribed. I know you love me, you love Glory Inspires, and you want to support us. Now, this is one of the ways to support us. Make sure that you're subscribed, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. This way, you're showing love to me, to Glory Inspires, and you're also triggering the YouTube algorithm to push the podcast and our episodes to more people because they realize there's good stuff here for young people and let's share it to more people, that kind of thing. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I'll be super grateful when you do that. Thank you so much for watching. Till I come your way again, I remain Gigi, your host. Bye.